Alright. This is gonna be a live one, because we're a little loose. And I got two of my favorite people here. I got this fucking idiot I've known for like 27 years, and this idiot I've known for about 27 hours. And they're both... What the fuck are you doing behind me? Why are you distracting me? This is already incredibly difficult. You don't have to make it worse for me. Do you see what I'm dealing with here? This fucking ineptitude. This is what tour is like. It's just a barrel of fucking misery.
This is the show.
You never have fun. You never get inebriated. It's terrible. It's fucking awful. All right.
What's the worst thing you hate about it?
The worst thing I hate about it is probably meeting...
Worst thing about tour?
Like meeting new pieces of shit that I'm never gonna want to ever see again in my life.
Yeah, man, meeting new people is terrible, man.
It's terrible. It definitely doesn't energize or charge
Alright,
you or keep you socially going or alive in any way.
Why don't you introduce yourselves to my 10 listeners?
My name is Michael Rekevics.
Goes by Michaels.
And I play the drums.
He plays his drums in a bunch of bands, including Yellow Guys, and there's other ones, but it's been a long night.
I'm Danny Quilici. And I play...
Quilici?
Quilici, yeah.
That was Quetzal.
No, it's just like an internet.
Oh.
That's just for the gram.
I played in a band called Black Witch Pudding for a long time. We had a song called Quetzalcoatlus.
Oh.
About...
Black Witch Pudding?
Yes.
That's a pretty bad band name.
And the panties sold great. And we had a song called Quetzalcoatlus about the dinosaur. And then kind of since then it's been Danny Quetzal.
Oh, I see.
But
wait, so what's it for real? Quilici?
Quilici.
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 Okay, alright.
My social security number is 241.
Danny. No, Danny.
Okay. Yeah, and I play drums in a band called Diabolic.
So we are on tour, Ruin Lust and
And your name is?
I did my fucking channel.
Oh. Yeah, right. I forgot. He was the... It's so different when he's in control. You know what I mean? It's usually like, oh no, we need to make sure he doesn't fall into holes and make sure his cymbals stay on, which we are doing terrible at.
I need caretakers because I'm pretty useless as a human being.
Right, but so lovable.
So lovable.
Okay, anyway, let's do the Black Metal interview.
So what? Yeah. What's
incredibly lovable.
So tell us, like, give us host. What do we do here?
Don't rush me, man. Jesus.
He's in control.
I'm fucking getting to everything. Alright, so we're on tour together. First and foremost, Ruin Lust.
We're not in a bathroom. We're not.
We're clearly not in a bathroom. Ruin Lust is on tour with Diabolic Oath. Mike here,
It's my bad.
who's a ripper, played drums on the Ruin Lust album and did vocals, and he decided he just needed to bring it as a frontman, so I now play drums in Ruin Lust. And Danny here is the ripper in Diabolic Oath.
Also vocalist.
And a vocalist. And we are on tour together. So I figured why not have a fucking threesome of sorts and fucking do a incredibly sloppy interview together at the end of the tour. And I see this look of pure lust behind me, so I know that
Ruin Lust.
All
right.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about hopefully a lot of shit. We're mostly gonna talk about drums, but we're gonna talk about the way drums and life intersect in all kinds of fucked up ways, and the way shit gets in your head and destroys your life.
What's the worst part about the way you play drums?
The worst part about the way I play drums, like the thing I'm worst at.
Yeah.
Double kick for sure.
What do you mean?
Oh, like speed on double kick.
Like staying with the tremolos, or?
Just speed in general, and also like my left foot got all fucked up and has been taking a long time to rehab back to a state of like decency, which it's finally kind of at, but it's still a weakness.
How about you?
Fucking shit.
What's the worst part about the way you play drums? Nothing. I am the apex drummer.
Not a goddamn. Not a goddamn thing, YouTube. Time.
You mean like tempo? You're talking about like tempo.
Keeping tight time.
When does that ever come into play though? Except for the studio.
Live.
It doesn't.
I just ebb and flow a fair bit.
Yeah, but live, it's you're feeling the crowd and you're feeling the fucking momentum. So like that really doesn't.
We are all three of us in agreement that ebb and flow is a good thing, not a bad thing.
We don't play to a click. You don't play to a click.
No, the other bad thing I'm bad with at the drums is I'm self-taught and I learned to like play drums really hard and really dumb.
People love that though.
Yeah,
sure, but I wish as a drummer, as I'm getting a little bit more.
Don't say Twilight.
Not Twilight, but in I don't know what autumnal years or something like that. Maybe I'm not that far gone.
No, you're like what 37.
2. 23.
No, as I get
37, 35, 39.
As I get older, I wish I had more dynamics and nuance, because the dynamics that I learned are basically hard as fuck, like as hard as any normal band's ever gonna play.
Yeah.
That's the bass line, and then like more.
But I think that comes from.
But I wish I could play. I wish I had ability to
subtle taste.
Be a little softer.
I think it comes from rock and roll influences of being just like rock drummers of like John Bonham. Like it's just like all.
Before you completely fucking digress, maybe you should answer your own goddamn question.
I have a lot that I don't like about my own drum. I don't love the way that I play my kicks. Those could be more disciplined, if you will. I hate that they're not, and also my left hand. I want my left hand to always be like power. I guess and that ties into exactly what we were talking about.
I feel pretty. That's one of these things I'm blessed with, where my left hand is.
All the jokes,
a fucking cannon.
All the masturbation.
Could you do that more suggestively to the camera? Thank you. Oh yeah, no.
But
this is
also
already going so swimmingly.
Also, yeah, no, there's a lot. I also wish I was more creative with fills. I don't, and so yeah, I just mostly hate myself as a person. So when it comes to drumming,
but
there's a lot to pick apart there.
This is actually a very important thing, though. Like hating yourself as a person and the way that
and choosing to play drums.
Identity intersects with like the things you choose in life and how much it can fuck you up to put all your eggs in that kind of basket. Because I know it's fucked me up plenty, and I feel like Danny and I are sadly kindred spirits in this respect. And Mike's just raging it, so he doesn't really nothing really.
I feel like my fills could be more creative. I feel like my kicks could be more solid. I feel like my left hand on the snare could be stronger. But I know that like the left hand on the snare is more psychological because there are some parts where I'm like psyched out.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's like the really quick part, like tick it. But
here's something I fucking learned over the years. I just spilled beer. It's fine. We're in the bathroom. We're not in the bathroom.
Talk to them.
Here's something I've learned over the years that when you try to favor things because you're worried about gassing out or whatever,
don't gas out.
That's when you tend to actually lock up and fuck up. If you're actually playing with full motion,
work in the thrive in the.
If you're playing with full motion, you tend to be able to actually maintain way better than if you're trying to play small to preserve. It's just one of them things.
I'm curious to hear what he was saying. I wanted to hear him.
Oh, you want me to shut up?
Yeah.
We'll say it again.
But then it's recorded, so
no, it's good.
Watch this fucking.
Yeah, we'll watch the video.
But basically, what I'm saying is like I know for myself that if I try to get precious with what I'm doing to make sure that I don't fucking lose it or lock up, that's when I lose it and lock up. And when I'm playing freely and fully, that's when things are actually relaxed and loose and I don't lock up or get fucked up. So counterintuitively, putting more motion into it.
You do a flap.
Well, actually, I'm a flappy motherfucker.
My whole fucking thing, like the thing I've joked about for fucking years, and used to be a thing that I actually did all the time, Now I don't do it as much because I've gotten softer in age. But my thing was, when you're playing as hard as you fucking can, and as fast as you can, and your body is fucking hurting, and you're trying to find that second wind, that you're trying to find that breakthrough moment, like this is beyond warm up. So you warm up, and then you rip for a while, and then after ripping for a while, you're like truly exhausted. And what I used to do back in the day when I would get to that point is make things harder for myself. I would, like mid-set, I would raise my cymbals higher and like kick the stands out a little bit further. Because I was just like...
Because then it's like what, different muscle groups or...
No, it would just like, I would have to lunge for it. I would have to go bigger. And something about it like helped me, like it hurt more briefly. But something about that...
But
like,
you loosened up more quickly?
That extra burst of exertion.
But you're talking, this is like part of the second. This is the second win.
Yes. And it was like part of that extra exertion helped me... Like helped the active brain that was telling me...
This makes sense.
That was telling me like my muscles are hurting right now. By like going further, that's when that active brain turns off. And that's when you start to like kind of bliss out.
What I've learned, and I don't think I did it tonight, is to not be a coward. Like when you're in that hurting space and things are not working, you have to stay with it for those 5 seconds. Where you're gonna absolutely lose it, because then you're gonna have a fucking great set.
My thing is,
tonight I felt like I didn't really 1 foot. I mostly 2-footed all the set because I never got comfortable with the 1 foot because I didn't stick with it long enough. I'm in frame enough.
I'm just trying to make sure they get what they want, and it's you. Okay, look. My thing is like when it sucks, I really lean into it. Like there's been a lot of times where I'm on your throne, and it's like, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna make it like lower because everybody seems to play fucking low. How are your legs when you are fucking playing? Are they like? Super. No. Like, cause okay, let me finish what I'll wrap up what I'm saying.
I don't even know. I'm terrible with form.
I think I am too.
I'm fairly high. I'm like significantly.
I'm fairly high right now.
I'm significant. But no, my throne.
Touch me.
My throne is like probably a good 4 inches higher than where Lev plays at.
I sit. What I'm finding, I think, is that I sit really high, and that like my legs are usually like that, and then I'm like down pushing. But then everybody I've seen who's like dope on this tour, yourself included, sits like where they're like this, and then your knees are like that.
Well, for me, I know I like to use...
Scott plays like that. Fucking Jason plays like that.
Yeah.
Like
but
they're like
they're
both tall motherfuckers.
Jason plays like that, and he's so much taller than I am. He sits the exact same height. Jason from
Primitive Warfare,
who's
and other projects.
Fucking ripper. Oh yeah, I'm wearing the shirt. How convenient. But he sits like that. So what I kind of think roughly is that the lower you sit, the more there's easy activation of the large leg muscle groups as opposed to the smaller.
But when it comes to speed, is it not?
It's mostly the small muscle groups.
Right.
So watching Jason, he's sitting lower, but he's still really using those ankles. Whereas for me, I like to sit a little lower because I like to use leg. Even when things are faster, I feel comfortable if it's being driven. In the same way I want my wrist to be driven by my full arm, I want my ankle or calf, I really think more calf than ankle, to be driven by my leg when I'm going right.
So what I learned about both of those dudes, though, is they're Cobra Cult.
Yeah.
Scott and Jason are Cobra Cult.
Iron Cobras are great fucking
low.
I'm part of the Cobra Cult.
I'm also part of the Cobra Cult, but I don't sit low.
I was part of the Cobra Cult till very recently, and I just started to really properly use these phenomenal.
And I didn't see Jason's beaters, but Scott uses the dampers.
Yes.
These are a little bit littler, and that's no knock.
For those unaware, these are these big fuck off red wooden beaters that used to be the rage back in the day when we were all growing up, and they're still pretty sick because
you're Cobra Cult?
Crack a punch. Yeah, he's Cobra Cult.
I don't know that.
I got given
bequeathed.
Yeah, I had. So my dad is a musician.
Right.
And back in probably 2001 or 2, he went to the NAMM show in Anaheim, which is like the big music equipment fest.
Yeah.
And on the main floor, it was all like the big manufacturers. You know, that's where all the name brands are.
Yeah.
In the basement was like all of these like Chinese, Korean, Japanese knockoffs, like weird like cheapo brands.
Mm-hmm.
They were all down there. For the big brands, there was no sales going on at the NAMM show for the big brands. They bring the stuff, they display it, they demo it, and then they split. For these small ass brands,
They're like in it to get a fucking thing.
they buy a container
Yeah.
to ship this stuff from China to have their cheap ass drum sets on display. When they're done, they don't want to rent another, like pay for another container to ship that stuff back.
Oh, so they just give it away?
So my dad bought my first drum set.
How old were you?
Oh, probably like 14 or something like that.
How old were you when you started?
I was young. I should be better than I am.
I feel the same way.
From how young I started. I started getting formal lessons in 4th grade.
You had lessons.
You sound surprised. And I'm not shocked about that. I'm also surprised. You had lessons? Yeah, man. I had lessons from a dope. So look, I'll be I'll full cards out.
Oh, what I was gonna say real quick though, NAMM show. My dad bought my first drum set for $100.
Jesus.
Fuck off.
And it was like a no-name brand. I used it for many years until I got from a pawn shop. I got a old Tama Grand Star. It's like Canon kit, power shit.
Hell yeah.
But
hell yeah, man.
But he also bought me a double kick pedal from the NAMM show for straight up. I think he got it for like $30 or something like that. And it was like a no-name brand Chinese double kick pedal.
Okay.
And
chain?
Yeah.
Strap?
Chain.
And single chain?
Undoubtedly.
I don't remember.
Who gives a fuck?
It's definitely a single chain.
Yeah. But
There's no way it was a double chain.
Yeah. But I used that shit for many years. And I remember living in Santa Cruz, and it was like a piece of shit. It was falling apart. It was just all of my stuff was just the most rinky-dink stuff at that time. And a buddy of mine, Dustin, gave me an Iron Cobra double kick pedal. That was his, and something was fucked in the arm.
The slave.
Yeah,
the
linkage.
Arm.
Yeah, something was fucked in the linkage, and he just bought some fancy new pedal, like whatever was the hot pedal at that moment in 2006 or 7 or something like that.
I feel like that was Axis.
It's probably
probably Axis. But whatever that was the hot pedal, he got
still wearing the best musical venue in the Shenandoah Valley.
Show.
But yeah, he just gave me those, and I replaced the arm for like $30 off.
Yeah, it was probably
pretty
affordable at that point.
And I've never changed. I use the same pair.
Damn.
I've replaced the springs a couple times.
The arms on those are gnarly, and like as proof, like I'm not using. The arm broke right before we went on tour as I was packing it up.
You're lucky.
Well, I'm lucky that Tom had a fucking trick slave.
I mean, regardless, you're just lucky it broke before you got on tour and then it broke.
Well, although one of the great things about Cobras is like you can fucking find those pieces anywhere.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks about me not having like a super fucking awesome fancy pedal is like it's one dude in Austria.
I don't like your straps. I don't like that they're straps. I'm gonna say it.
I love straps.
I feel like they're so fragile.
They're not fragile.
There's like a chain, and then there's like a strap, and then there's like a direct drive. It's like
fragile.
Yeah, do you want rubber or do you want metal?
Do you want rubber or metal? Do you want to put the metal to the rubber?
I mean, you guys would be more metal if you were using direct drive by your own fucking logic. That's pure metal.
Compositionally, yes. Compositionally, yes. How I was a shitty student and why I suck. So I studied under a great master I had a great teacher. His name was Wally Schnally.
That's quite the name.
He's a savage jazz drummer in the Bay Area.
Wallace
in San Jose. And while he was trying to teach me dope shit, I was like, make my left foot be dope. And then that wasn't it. It was like, make your left foot do the hi-hat. And I wish I had a better... That's another thing that falls under that. Better fills. I wish my kicks were tighter. I wish I could rock the hi-hat. Because that keeps like your real time, right?
I've been practicing on that a lot lately.
It's great for your balance as
In
well.
that band Ouija.
Like,
Ouija's been practicing.
Like when I'm keeping time on the hi-hat, I'm playing in a completely different manner than
I think
I'm
it's
playing on the left kick. I'm going like this. Like,
I think it's so
you can't see that
dumb.
shit. I'm going like this as opposed to like this.
I think it's
really
so
good for your
dumb.
balance.
So what he was teaching me was like a rock. And that's like part of my like 6th, 5th grade brain was like, he was teaching me to like do the rock, to like keep the like hi-hat. Yeah. So you would like be able to do like actual sick shit and like be rooted, right? It's like, that's like how you're anchored. You throw your anchor, it's a boat. Yeah. You throw your anchor on your left foot and you can sit there, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to just play double kick as fast as I fucking could. And so like I was a shitty student. Like I had this, and I didn't know it. I didn't know I had this great teacher trying to fucking tell me what the fuck to do. Yes, I was a child. And like I didn't like the practice pad. I didn't like fucking the metronome and like the books. Because
pretty bored.
I just wanted to go like fucking straight to like 4 8-rack toms, like, and play like fucking Igor. I want to fucking play like Sepultura. And if anything wasn't that, like, then that was it. And I'll never forget the last lesson I had with him. I asked him, he was like, this is our last session. Like, do you have, what are the questions? And I asked, like, the dumbest fucking shit you could fucking ask a fucking elite jazz drummer trying to, like, sculpt a fucking student. I was like, when should you spin your stick? Like, oh my god. I know, dude.
The answer is never.
I still don't know how to do it.
The answer is never. I do know. I do know, and I don't do it.
Dude,
I do it when I'm bored watching guitars.
I'm fucking shamed,
at practice,
dude.
I'll try to do it, and I
set them fucking flying.
It's always just me laughing, trying it, and I do it, and then I just immediately drop it.
You're trying as you devour. No, I was a terrible fucking student, and I super fucking regret it.
That resonates.
I just wanted to be fast.
I was a lazy fucking student in my youth. I didn't get into it until like more teenage. Like I started about the same age you did, and I did not take it fucking seriously.
Yeah,
I thought it was
cool. I loved it. Like, I got a rental kit. It was like a pearl, like an all-white pearl. And I was watching fucking Binge and Purge.
Oh, I had that VHS though.
Yeah, me too. That Metallica fucking VHS. And so I was like, I'm fucking sick. Because
he's got that giant fucking. It's not a pearl. It's a
Tama.
It's a Tama. Yeah.
He was a Grand Star player. He played
He played the Grand Stars.
Yeah, Tama Grand Stars.
Here's the other dumb thing that I did: is the first pair of sticks that I bought were Zildjian, John Tempesta. Signature sticks.
That dude's pretty sick.
No, he's sick.
How was White Zombie, but that Low Testament album.
The sticks were like this fucking thick, and like they had like a wax coating.
Oh no.
And then they were all black, and then they were nylon black tip. So
you had markings on everything.
Yeah, I was playing this rental fucking pearl, white with like emperors. And just like pitted it. Yeah, I pitted the fuck out of it.
Every wild shot, like I clipped anything, was like just blacked out.
Dude, it was just like there was more craters than the fucking moon. And I was like, I don't understand how to like tune. Like I don't know why this sounds like shitty now.
Yeah.
And it was like a fucking rental, and it was just like just ignorance and fucking youth of like trying to be like fucking just Dave Lombardo. I just wanted to be Dave Lombardo.
I still was one.
I still want to be just Dave Lombardo, but
Yeah.
Dave Lombardo would have listened to Wally Schnolly and fucking works on the practice pad and like fucking.
I feel like my growing up.
Could you say Wallace Schnolly one more time?
Wally Schnolly.
Thank you.
Dude, he's a fucking legend. If you're watching fucking this, go fucking look that shit up. Please. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Wallace Schnolly.
All right, Lev. What else you got for us?
Well,
I have another round. I'm gonna go get another round first.
Yeah, could you get me a beer, please?
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the meantime,
Hail's Demon.
we're just gonna like sit in complete silence.
Um,
And try not to make it awkward.
I'm also a bad student as far as what he was talking about.
Did you take lessons growing up at all?
Never for drums.
Mhm.
The only instruments I stuck with, I never took lessons. I was like such just a brat. You know, like I took piano lessons.
Me too. I took piano before.
It was mandatory for all of us as children that you had to take piano first if you wanted to play anything else, which is fucking stupid.
No,
because
but it's also wise. It's good. It's good to know that shit.
when I started
don't
reading
remember that
sheet
shit
music
at
as
all.
drum music, it wasn't piano music.
Yeah,
It was a different fucking
Danny's
thing.
right.
I forget her name right now, but my piano teacher was the wife of Charles McPherson, who is like an incredible jazz sax player. Like, legendary. You know, he fucking played Miles Davis back in the day. But I took lessons from her. She was a sweet woman, but I was just...
Can you still play piano now? If you were to sit down on one, do you think you could get it back?
Well, I know it enough. I know where the notes are.
Yeah, so you could.
And I can fake it. I can play boogie woogie. I can like play some.
So you
like,
can, yeah, you can play piano.
I can play like Jerry Lee Lewis shit. And, like, you know,
I can't. I couldn't go to a piano and be like, here we go, like let's play the Christmas songs that like.
I can't do that. I'm like bad.
I
as fuck.
remember one part of
but-
one song.
You can recall it.
Yeah.
You can play piano.
Sort of.
We can effectively, definitively say.
And so then I took trumpet lessons, and I forget who taught me, but he was a buddy of my dad's.
Oh, you must have loved
and
to
my
skip out.
and my dad was a jazz player. Is a jazz player professionally. Spent his whole life. So the guy who taught me trumpet was a buddy of my dad's. He's probably a G who also played with like who fucking knows.
Yeah.
But
Were you at all a decent human being, or?
I was just a brat child.
Yeah.
That didn't want to put in the work, and I didn't like being told what to do. I learned how to play.
You were an only child.
Yeah.
Were you?
No. I'm the youngest of two older sisters.
Oh right. You told me that.
Roman
right.
Catholic.
Ooh. Eee.
I'm confirmed.
I never got confirmed. I dodged the draft.
Fucking.
I feel like
Yes,
Roman
correct.
Catholicism and
Correct.
Judaism share a lot of weird guilt trip shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guilt's great.
And what I think
it's
also
terrible.
that they share is that they both have proud traditions of like lapsed believers.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
like
Yeah.
lapsed Jews, lapsed Catholics. Like there's I just like love the atheist Catholic.
Yeah.
Or like the atheist Jew.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a
Cultural relevance, but
Yeah.
not religious relevance. Yeah. But no, I mean, in weird ways, I feel like some of the shit I actually wanted. I don't have to be in shot. It's fine.
You should.
No, they want to see you.
They kind of want to see you when you're talking.
There's no they.
Let's just
There's
look.
like two dudes.
Then who
And they
cares?
know who
Then
you
come
are.
stand with me.
What's up, two dudes?
What's up, two dudes?
Harold's demons.
What's up, two dudes? There's three of us now, and it's bad.
But what I want to do with this shit, if I want to do anything with this shit, is talk about like
We'll make space.
talk about the fucked up intersection of like music and mental health and the way having a thing that dominates your life also dominates your life. You know,
man.
in the way it takes tolls. And,
Yeah, you're just never good enough, right?
Yeah. No, I mean that's a serious thing, right?
Your kicks suck.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, forever.
I don't grapple with that.
I know.
Well-
I know, you're a different breed.
But I grapple with just pure expenditure.
Mm.
Like it takes me over an hour most days to go from my house to my practice space, and then over an hour to get back. and I'm poor as fuck, and I do all this shit, and it's exhausting, and it's painful, and I, like, if I didn't have to work at a fucking warehouse all day, and I just were practicing, it would change things.
Yeah. Well, of course.
But
that is what a professional has the time for.
Do you think you'd do it if you had the time? Do you think you'd put in the hours?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
The closest opportunity I ever had was COVID.
Yeah.
Which I was actually thrilled. I had tours booked and like stuff planned.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and I was like, tours canceled. Hell yeah! Like I'm gonna make a pina colada, and I'm gonna like listen to.
That's the second time you mentioned the pina colada.
Yeah.
That must have been a significant point.
I feel like it's
that
the
time.
third or fourth time he's mentioned the pina colada.
That's cool.
I love pina coladas, you guys.
I like getting caught in the rain.
I'm glad Jimmy Buffett died.
died.
I'm just glad Jimmy Buffett died.
Fucking edgelord
He
over
was
here.
I don't mean it. He was probably a nice guy.
But what I'm saying is like during that time,
You didn't do shit, did you?
I played. I tried to. I was listening to like mad Japanese pop music, and I tried to record like a city pop EP,
Like K-pop.
So what you're saying is
Or
when
no,
you should have
different.
been
like the shit we were listening to earlier.
when
today.
you should have been blasting.
That was like
Tatsuro Yamashita.
that has like a fucking
that was-
aesthetic of like that.
I couldn't deal with that at all.
And so-
I hated that.
As
so
opposed
much.
to like it.
You're an
why?
idiot.
Why don't you like
It was
that?
so saccharine. It gave me fucking diabetes.
Anyways, I was bugging out about that shit, and I was playing keyboard at
Do
home.
you not like action movies?
I like action movies.
Is that not the sound of fucking
Exactly.
Wait,
action
am I
movies?
talking about a different thing?
No, you were talking about the same stuff.
There was
Literally
something.
this
Oh
shit.
yeah, there was something Brian was playing the other day that was like full on 80s action.
No, but that's an imagined 80s action movie. Like there's like this all this modern synthwave shit that like it's like, oh, this is an action movie soundtrack. But it doesn't actually sound like any action movie soundtrack. It's like a retroactive reimagining.
It was true pop, and I don't like true pop. Like it was probably very good, but I fucking hated it.
I live for true pop, brother.
Yeah, you're a true metal warrior.
True pop only though. That is like mad fake pop. I want the real stuff.
No, that's fair. Mike searches for the real in all things. It's one of the many reasons I love him.
There was a thing I was gonna say and I totally forgot it, and I'm just gonna express that.
Well, that's good because we're
What
only
were you talking
a
about?
half hour into this fucking thing. So
But like what I was saying is in terms of like the mental health thing.
yeah,
Oh, there it is.
It's not about self-doubt in terms of performance. Like my thing that I learned for me personally
Yeah.
in terms of drumming, part of why I like kick the shit out of it so hard is like some sort of like momentary expression of like some power.
Yeah.
Like in a life that I have like very little
I
control
see.
over.
You feel like you have agency over that at least.
And so I have a moment where like I can kick the shit out of this kid and like
It's cathartic.
and stand up and yell at people, spit at people. Not necessarily cathartic because it's not even I'm trying to get it out. It's more I'm like trying to like it's like a magnifying glass. Like I'm trying to focus the energy.
Got it.
You know, like I
Okay.
have like this
Okay.
this moment where it's like I can channel this momentary strength.
You're not like I need to beat things, but like you're in the moment of that.
And I hope that I can channel this strength into my life in a way that like maintains through my life. The thing that's hard,
Manowar gives me power in sports.
and I
In life. I guess what I would say is like my psychological thing, and I said it way earlier was like, yeah, you're not good enough, right? Is because like growing up in the early aughts, like with like dudes like, well, fuck them all of them, fucking Derek Roddy, fucking John Longstrength, and then like go down the rabbit hole to like fucking Akea's Priester. I don't know if I said this.
Oh yeah,
first
the
right.
fucking angry guy.
Yeah, but like,
guy.
and being
I
like
think it's Achilles.
Achilles Priester. That's
Yeah.
a dope. That's dope.
Yeah, how dope is that?
I've been
fucking
saying
name?
it ridiculous the whole time. I was gonna use a different R word, no, but I didn't. I've been saying it ridiculous this whole time. But like, having
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
I'm ridiculous.
You're so ridiculous right now. Having that as like, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Like, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, and having, like a Mike Portnoy, like, as like a, oh, that's what I'm doing. Like, if I'm young and I'm watching this, like, when I become that, I need to be, like, better than that. But I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a direction. I wasn't like, I'm going to be this kind of drummer. And that's what I wanted to get to when you were talking, is that it sounds like you found your drumming identity.
Over time.
Over time. Of course over time. It all takes time. But, like, the fact that you found your identity as, like, a drummer of, like, oh, this is what I do. This is what I bring to the table. I still don't have that. I still don't know what I'm trying to go for, because there are all these fast dudes that's like, Pierce Williams, fucking great dude locally.
Brian plays with him in a different band.
In Skeletal.
Okay.
And in Enigmatum.
And we got fucking Jason. We got Scott.
And fucking Jason, you got Scott.
And we got,
like,
what's the kid's name?
Oh,
Aiden.
Aiden from Gosha.
Whipper.
And it's like, yeah, when you have your identity, you can obviously be like, yeah, this is me, and this is how I feel, and this is how I, like, build it and do it as a musician. But, like, I don't think